Adaobi was the pride of her parents, a brilliant, obedient daughter who had finally gained admission into one of Nigeria's top universities. Her parents prayed over her, warning her, "Remember the child of whom you are. Stay away from wrong friends." With joy and determination, she stepped onto campus, her future shining bright before her. It didn't take long before she met Funke, a lively, fashionable girl who seemed to know everyone. She was fondly called Funks. Funke had money, clothes, and connections. She whispered into Adaobi's ears, "University life is not for book alone. Come, let me show you enjoyment." Adaobi hesitated, but curiosity began to battle with her parents' advice. At first, it was innocent, a small party here, a late night hangout there. Funke promised her it was harmless fun, but each step pulled Adaobi further away from her books and further away from the voice of her parents echoing in her mind. "Choose your friends wisely." The words kept haunting her, but she ignored them. Soon, Adaobi was living a double life. To her parents, she was the obedient girl they raised. On campus, she was Funke's shadow, moving from party to party, missing lectures and slowly losing focus. The more she drifted, the more Funk smiled. But behind that smile was envy, an envy that would later destroy everything. Funk introduced Adaobi to her wealthy uncles. At first, it was just free meals and taxi rides, but gradually, Adaobi found herself receiving gifts. A new phone, new clothes, even pocket money. The sweet taste of comfort blinded her. She thought she was winning. She thought she was free. But in reality, she was falling into a trap. One afternoon, a lecturer called Adaobi aside. "Young lady, you used to be brilliant. Now, I hardly see you in class. Be careful, or you'll destroy your future." Adaobi nodded politely, but inside she dismissed the warning. After all, Funk assured her, "These lecturers talk too much. Don't mind them." Then came the day everything changed. A night out went wrong. Police raided the club where Funke had dragged her, and Adaobi was arrested with the others. Cameras flashed. Her name hit campus blogs the next morning. Brilliant student caught in raid. The shame was unbearable. But this was only the beginning of her nightmare. In her moment of shame, Adaobi turned to Funke, but Funke was nowhere to be found. The same girl who lured her into trouble now refused to pick her calls. News traveled fast. Back home, Adaobi's father was furious. "After everything we taught you, after all our sacrifices, you chose shame over wisdom." Her mother wept bitterly when Adaobi's scandal spread throughout her village. Her mother almost collapsed. Neighbors whispered, "Is this not the same girl her parents bragged about?" Holding the phone, her mother wept bitterly. "Lord, did I not pray for this child?" Her father's voice shook with anger. "After all we taught her, she still chose disgrace." Meanwhile, in the cold police cell, Adaobi cried quietly. For the first time, she realized she had not only shamed herself, but broken the hearts of those who loved her most. The voices of her parents echoed in her mind, louder than the noise of her fellow inmates. When she returned to campus, Adaobi searched for Funke. Surely her friend would stand by her. But Funk avoided her, pretending not to know her. The girl who once called her bestie now treated her like a stranger. Gossip filled the hostel. See how Funke used her and dumped her. From that day forward, campus life was no longer the same. Adaobi became the subject of whispers and gossip. Friends turned into mockers. Lecturers looked at her with pity. Alone in her bed at night, she replayed her decisions one by one, realizing how far she had fallen. Regret had finally come. But was it too late? For the first time, Adaobi tasted the bitterness of betrayal. The one she trusted most had abandoned her. It was then she remembered her mother's words. Not everyone who laughs with you is your friend. Back home, her father refused to look at her. Hours passed in silence. Finally, he spoke, his voice heavy. Adaobi, wisdom cries every day, but you chose foolishness. Did we not warn you about friends? Each word struck like a whip. She bowed her head in shame, tears dropping to the floor. Her mother, though heartbroken, embraced her. My daughter, you have fallen, but you can rise again if you repent. In that embrace, Adaobi felt a spark of hope. Maybe this was not her end, but the beginning of her second chance. Back on campus, Adaobi made a decision. No more Funke, no more secret life. She deleted her number, cut off her hangouts, and returned to her books. At night, she prayed for forgiveness, begging God to give her another chance. Though gossip still followed her, some lecturers noticed her effort. One told her, Adobe, failure is not final. Let this mistake become your teacher. Those words stayed with her like a lamp in the dark. While Adobe was rebuilding, Funk was sinking. Her big men stopped answering her calls. She became entangled in fraud scandals. Rumors spread. Her name, once linked with glamour, was now linked with shame. For the first time, Funk's beauty and influence could not save her. She was rejected by the same crowd she once entertained. The hunter had become the hunted. Adaobi joined a campus fellowship where she found true friends. She began sharing her story to warn others. Girls listened with open mouths as she confessed, I thought I was wise, but I was blind. Don't follow the wrong friend. It will destroy you. Slowly, her shame turned into a testimony. Her name, once mocked, began to carry respect. Students whispered, that girl has changed. She's strong now. Funk's life grew darker. She lost her hostel room, had no money, and was abandoned by her so-called lovers. One evening, she appeared at Adaobi's door looking very pale. Adaobi, please, help me. I have nowhere else to go. For a moment, Adaobi's heart softened, but the scars of betrayal still stung. Should she help or should she walk away? Adaobi listened as Funke confessed through tears. I envied you. I wanted to drag you down because I was already lost. Forgive me, Adaobi shook her head sadly. Funke, change is possible, but you must choose it. I can't live your life for you. For once, Funke was silent. The lies, the glamour, the fake life, everything had crumbled. The truth finally stared her in the face. Adaobi rose from the ashes. She focused on her books, rebuilt her reputation, and reconnected with her parents. Her father, once bitter, now prayed with pride. My daughter has returned wiser. By her final year, she was a role model. She organized seminars, warning freshmen about peer pressure. Parents sent her messages, thanking her for guiding their children. The once broken girl had become a vessel of wisdom. Funk's story ended differently. She dropped out, unable to escape the web of her past mistakes. Her name became a whispered warning. Don't be like Funke. But Adaobi graduated with honors. On her convocation day, her parents wept tears of joy. In her speech, Adaobi declared, parents, never stop advising your children. And children, never despise wisdom. One wrong friend can destroy years of destiny. Choose wisely. The hall erupted in applause. Adaobi's scars had become her crown. My friends, Adaobi's story is not just fiction. It is the reality of many young people today. Parents, keep guiding. Children, keep listening. And if you've made mistakes, remember, redemption is still possible. If this story touched you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Another life-changing story awaits you next time.